Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
All right, the Mission Service Companies. Now, this is my son's business, and it's Tanner Thetford, but they do, of course, landscaping and yards, and he's bought a pool company now. I don't know why, but he did. And irrigation, lots of different things. But they have a weed control company that sprays pad sites, stack yards, everything in the oil and gas business. They can help you with that and would love to. They do it down in the Permian Basin and eastern New Mexico and up here around Levelland, Sundown, wherever it may be. They'll go take care of the weeds, and they guarantee their work and to keep the weeds down. You can get a discount. You call Tyler at 806-632-6325, 632-6325, and ask for the Thetford and Ashby discount. And there is one. So they will take care of you at Mission Service Company. We're proud to have with us now West Texas State Bank. And this is Jimmy Carmichael, who came back to Lubbock, former Texas Tech quarterback. He's one of the officers there, Chris Comer. And
you old enough to remember Jimmy Carmichael? He'd have been right when you were a wee little thing. You might not even been born.
72.
I was born in 77.
Jimmy, we got somebody here that doesn't remember you at all.
At all.
He and Joe Barnes battled for the quarterback job at Texas Tech. And
in relation to Brett Carmichael?
No. Oh, he pitched at Monterey, didn't he?
Yeah, that was the Carmichael.
He always had the nastiest caps. Brett Carmichael.
They were rough.
No, Coach Morton had the nastiest cap.
Morton did. But anyway, West Texas State Bank right there at 7202 Slide Road. Go in the south side of the deal. Just a local bank. Chris Comer's the president. John Christ is the owner. And anyway, just down home country. You'll hear the spots on our show. You can tell these are just good old West Texas folks that want to help you with your banking. You probably have needed banking from time to time.
I've needed banking, yes. There's no doubt.
No doubt. We're proud to have them with us now. All right, you just think about all of that. I can't even. Are you still doing Truno?
Yeah, that's my. I'm going on 20 years this year.
I know
at Truno.
So. I saw the office. It's on 82nd.
Yeah, we just moved.
I in
the process of moving. We bought the old Armtech building over there on 82nd and Upland. So just continued. I've now this is about the fourth time that we'll have moved to a building that I say we'll never outgrow. So
and you keep outgrowing them.
We do. Yeah. Fortunately,
it's kind of what you've done with Truno is similar to what Dusty Womble did with Tyler Technologies. I'm amazed with what he did. I mean, it blows me away with how he grew that company. You've done that with Truno.
Yeah, we've been fortunate. We service about 12,000 grocery stores all over the country. Have about 500 employees.
Oh my gosh!
Do work for all the local,
all the
local stores, and a lot of national retailers from Sprouts all over the country, Whole Foods all over the country. We do a lot of work for Target all over the country. I mean, so it's grown. It's grown into a big deal. I think I was employee number 30 when I got there with the Fullers, and just been real fortunate. And just like anything, it has ups and downs. But doing anything for 20 years, you got to be doing something right. So we try to take care of people and have great people working for us. Stephen Waters has been a big deal. Chad Smith just got.
Well, you get that big, you got to have.
Yeah, we've got
people to.
Yeah, we just hired Chris St. Clair. I don't know if you guys know Chris.
That
used to be over at United and then Albertsons. So he's actually come over to as our new CEO, and really,
y'all do all the checkout stuff.
Yeah, we do all the sell and service grocery report and sales systems. Yeah, we do dirty work. We clean out under check stands. We also develop sophisticated programs. We have about 40 programmers that we employ, and then a lot of technical support underneath all that. And I think we've got some really good things coming down the pipe too. So we continue to try to grow that business, invest in it, and really, really proud of that.
All right. How much of your life do you spend Trunoing and red feathering?
Oh man, it's different every day.
And fathering and husbanding.
Yeah, probably not enough fathering and husbanding as I should, but I think some of that is Mama does a great job at home, and really grateful for that. But, it's different every day. I mean, something requires, we also have 14 car washes that we operate in San Antonio and Wichita Falls. So, we're no lack of work.
You were part of Racer.
Yes, sir.
When it was here.
Yeah.
And they sold a Take 5 or whatever.
Yeah, we did.
That was a big letdown when y'all did that.
'Cause
y'all did great. And
it's hard to beat local. Whenever you're trying to do a product, you got to look people in the eye washing a car. It's different than whenever you're just looking at a spreadsheet. So
yeah. Well, and y'all got a bunch of them going to San Antonio.
Yeah, we have 7 now in San Antonio, 1 in Big Spring, and I think 4 in Wichita Falls and 1 in Lawton, Oklahoma.
My God.
Yeah. So,
all right, 1 in Lawton, Oklahoma. When y'all are sitting around the table going, okay, we could use 1 in Lawton, Oklahoma, but you got to oversee it and all that. And it's not like
so we acquired
on the way to anything.
We acquired that as a group with the Wichita Falls, and Wichita Falls and Lawton it's about 40 minutes apart.
Okay.
They kind of there's a lot of sister city kind of.
It's making more
there.
sense to me now. So okay.
No, you just got to have good people. You've got to,
There's no doubt
that you trust.
That's right.
And it's crazy. There's a lot going on, Brad.
It's a lot going on.
I can't believe you have time to go to your reunion.
Well, yeah.
Some guys don't like to go to reunions.
Yeah.
And you may be one of those guys.
I'm one of those guys, but I went and said hello, and then we'll see about tonight.
I'm fine either way.
What are y'all doing tonight?
I think we're down at the Cotton Court.
Oh, that's a good. I kind of like reunions.
Yeah.
I went to the 1970 class reunion. Which
He didn't go to his own reunions.
I do. I go to my own every time. I never miss them. But I went to the 1970, which was the year before me, and Mikey Class said come over, so I went over there. I just, you get to see people you hadn't seen, and of course, this is their 55th reunion.
Yeah.
And but at Cotton Court is where they had it, and that's the first time I'd ever been in there.
It's a great deal. It's an independently owned hotel, which is a pretty rare thing to be a successful independently owned hotel. And I think they're out of Amarillo, if I'm not mistaken. But
it's nice.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
So where's y'all's deal tonight?
At the Cotton Court.
I mean, where's your deal last night? I'm sorry.
At Red Feather.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. What everybody got
it was
to
cool.
see it.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really neat.
Well, it's anyway. Coach Dudley coached him, and then he went on to Texas Tech. And you and Monty Ward were out there together, right?
We were.
Y'all were the 1-2 punch.
Well, I was kind of like the 4th or 5th punch. He was I think he was the 3rd or 4th punch. Yeah.
No,
we had a great.
Y'all were sort of loaded.
We were loaded. I mean, we had Shane Wright, All-American.
Oh, yeah, Shane
we had
Wright.
Jason Gooding, All-American.
Yeah.
We had Monty Ward. We had Matt Miller. We had Jimmy Frush. We had Jeff Peck.
Oh,
we had.
My gosh.
I mean,
I think Tim would take
Brandon Roberson.
any of those guys.
Yeah.
Or all of those guys right now.
What's up with our pitching now?
I don't know.
It's the craziest thing.
Yeah, I think they'll get it fixed. Everybody, it's wild to me. Like this, you have one down year, and it's like you hit the panic button. I'm like, guys, we've been good for like 15 years in a row.
Well, and let me tell you,
the World Series.
The one down year it's 2 sort of down years for what we're used to.
That's right.
But even those 2 years are pretty dang good years.
That's right.
It's just that we're comparing them to these. Now, the best team you were on, didn't y'all get right to the World Series, knock on the door?
We never made it to the World Series.
But got right.
We were number 1 in the nation for, several weeks. Won 2 Big 12 championships. So we had a lot of success, but, man, it's just, one break here or there, one error, one pitch, it's baseball's that way. You know how it is. That's why you play 180 games in the pros to figure out who.
And I really think had Larry or you guys got to play under the current format,
I agree.
That I think y'all would have gone to a few College World Series. But in the old days, you went to a 6-team regional, and let me tell you, huge difference.
Yeah, that's
between
really
a 6-team regional and a 4, and then get to play at home.
Yeah, the coolest game.
Y'all got to play at home once, didn't you?
We played at home. We hosted maybe 3 times during my Anyway, but you remember that USC game when, like, I mean, that was maybe the coolest environment I'd ever been around, and I'd been around some cool environments. But it was just an incredible time. But it was back to that format you were talking about where, I hated it because everybody's down to pitching their seventh and eighth guys.
And that's not what should get you to the World Series.
Yeah, I agree with that. So there's way too much luck. I like the new format way better, and I agree with you. We would have had a lot of success in those. Yeah. I think one year we never lost a series,
that's good
throughout the season. And anyway,
speaking of luck and bad luck and curses, and did you watch Arkansas give the game away to LSU?
I did watch it.
Was that unbelievable?
Yeah.
I'm just like, what else can go
wrong?
wrong?
Great back and forth though.
I know it was a good game.
That home run that guy hit to tie it up, I was for LSU. I was thinking that was pretty cool.
You were for LSU, or he hit it for LSU? I thought you said you were for, but he stood there and sort of admired it.
Yeah.
Hell, it hit on the third row. It's not like it was completely out of the ballpark. It hit on like the third row, and I thought, that would have been so great if it had hit the top of the wall and he gets a single out of it. But anyway, I'm not for LSU. I was for Arkansas.
Yeah.
In fact, Arkansas's head coach was coaching at Arkansas when I was coaching. Yeah. And most of those people are dead by now, but he's still coaching.
Let me make clear: I'm not for any SEC team.
Well, no, right.
There you go.
Like when I say
Coastal Carolina,
when you say I was for him, I just said it was cool. Like I thought it was a cool moment for that guy. Like I'm not for any SEC team ever.
But that inning was like, and the inning from hell. I tell David this all the time. It either starts with a walk or an error. The innings from hell, and that one, it started with a ground ball, almost routine, to second, and the first baseman for some reason thought he needed to participate. So he takes off running. Now the pitcher doesn't cover because it's a almost routine ground ball to second.
Yeah.
You ought to start that way regardless if it's on the right side of the infield. But I'm sure he's thinking ground ball to second. And then all of a sudden he looks up and the first baseman's gone. and heck, even when he got there, if he just goes, he could have let it go, and that's a lot easier play for the second baseman.
Yeah.
So that started it, and then, my gosh, runners on first and second, you're up 2 runs.
Yeah.
That guy going to third, you could just say, hey, you go ahead and go in. We're going to give you all that run. Just get him off the field. But you don't need to worry about getting him out.
Yeah.
He's irrelevant.
Turn the double play.
And if you don't turn it, the tying run's still on first.
Yeah.
The guy on third's still irrelevant.
Yeah.
So that was,
And
but
then
the poor left fielder, he's got to take the
heart.
blame.
How in the world does he live with that?
Yeah.
He just spazzed.
I thought it hit him in the head, but I think it hit him in the shoulder.
It did hit him in the shoulder, but it.
Well, thank goodness it hit him in the shoulder. Otherwise, it probably rolls the wall, and it's a walk-off.
Yeah.
Once he gets up.
Then the guy that hit the home run comes to the plate.
I mean, I feel for the guy because, I don't look back on this stuff all that often, but when I do, there's moments, and I always remember the bad ones, not the good ones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, how'd that happen?
How'd I do that?
Or why did that happen?
In our regional, one time we were playing Southwest Missouri State, and we basically had the game won in our All-American second baseman, Keith Ginner.
Yeah.
You remember him?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just a little flare, like a flare.
That was here in Lubbock, too, wasn't it?
Here in Lubbock. He just hits off the heel of his glove and, starts the inning that, we go, oh, God.
Yeah.
We're about to go do it
Well, like the
again.
Gartman deal for the Chicago Cubs. That fan that did that. Everything would have been fine if you just get the next guy out. But no, it started the inning from hell.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
You really can't give them an extra.
But David made the point. They bring up the guy that just hit the home run, and I think it was the inning before.
Yeah.
Had hit the home run.
Jones or whatever.
So he comes up, and you've got first base open.
I think they were trying to pitch around him a little bit, but
they didn't there at the end because that pitch he hit out was not pitching around.
He hit it over the second baseman's head, and the second baseman gave a great effort.
He almost hit it through the second baseman's
He hit
head.
it hard.
Yeah. But anyway,
but there's some kind of curse, and I didn't know about the curse of the College World Series for the Razorbacks. Some kind of curse they were talking about.
And I wish they could curse the rest of them.
Well, it happened, if there is a curse.
Well, we'll find out. I hope LSU gets cursed.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Because Coastal Carolina, for those, they're not Cinderella. They are probably one of the two best teams in the country.
Yeah.
And they have won a national championship. Was it the first year Tech went?
2000.
One of the years Tech went.
They won.
Coastal Carolina won the national championship, so they're not.
Well, they asked They had 3 players up there from Coastal Carolina, interviewing them, prior to the series starting. They said, "Well, what do you think about LSU?" And
they sat there for a while,
and they sat there and then they said, "Well, we really don't think much about them. We don't think about them.
We don't think much about them."
Yeah.
So we're more worried about us.
Yeah,
I agree. I've never understood the whole be scared of the jersey type of thing.
Yeah, I know it.
It's just, we dealt with that at Coronado back to high school in Monterey, and I never understood. I've played. It's the same guys I've played,
Little League
for years. I never understood it. But
I did want to bring that up since you're here, and we talked about Monty earlier, and you talked about environments you'd played in. That was one of the neatest environments in Lubbock high school baseball history.
Great.
Was it at Lowry Field and Tech, or was it Lowry Field and Coronado?
Yeah. The first game at Lowry, second game at Tech, and the third one at Lowry. And we had more people in the stands at Lowry, if you can imagine, than Tech, because Tech hadn't expanded the stadium.
Yeah, that's right.
So, there was literally
What year are we talking about?
Oh, man, that was 95, I guess, or 90.
Okay.
Or 94. I can't remember if that was my junior or senior year.
But the thing about it is, out at what's Magle Field now, out at Lowry, there was people. They used to have ivy on the fence out there, and you couldn't see through the fence. But for some reason, they got rid of the ivy, and maybe it died. I don't know. But it wasn't there anymore, and people would sit out and sitting around the outfield.
It was huge crowds.
Yeah,
5,000 people.
Yeah. It was phenomenal
At a high school baseball game, which is just hard to fathom. But
all right, and that's the year that y'all beat Monterey and went to Austin, right?
Yeah, we beat them obviously my senior year, and we lost to them my junior year.
Okay.
So it was. We met in the regional finals.
Yeah, in the regional finals.
Yeah, twice.
2 Lubbock teams.
Yeah.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I don't know whether I got that ONGRP.com in there for Mac Owen. So that's their web address. You can go by and see all of their great stuff.
As long as we're doing web addresses, info.redfeathergc.com if you want information on Red Feather.
Yeah, info, yeah.
And then before we go any further and get to Chad, John Copeland from Lubbock Christian texted in and said Lubbock Christian beat Coastal Carolina on their way to the 1983 NAIA World Series championship. So Coastal Carolina,
they own them.
Been to Lubbock.
They own them.
Hey, you're looking good for a guy that's been doing manual labor.
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
You seem far away.
All right, tell us where you are. I was guessing Arizona.
No. We moved back up here in Dallas, so we're home is now in Dallas for us.
Oh, and then your parents moved to the Metroplex too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, a while back.
Okay.
You live close to them?
Yeah, about 25 minutes away. So
Hey,
not bad.
Not bad.
How many kids you got?
Two, 8 and 4, both girls.
Okay, well that's good. It's good to be near grandma and grandpa when you got kids like
exactly.
that. Without a doubt.
Exactly.
Well, you're looking good. You said you were doing manual labor.
Sure.
What's up?
No, yeah, I just a little home reno project. I feel like we didn't like the way our closet looked too much, so trying to do some woodworking.
Well, are you a handyman, or are you going to wish you'd hired somebody?
No, handyman. I like getting my hands dirty. So
okay.
There's some things I don't care to do, like plumbing. I want to stay away from plumbing, but anything else other than that, I don't have a problem.
I stay away from electrical work because you can get hurt.
Yeah, I stay away from work in general.
Yeah, just generally a non-worker.
Take quite a bit of pride in that. All right, for those of you that don't know, this is Chad Bettis, former Monterey great, Texas Tech great, big league great with the Colorado Rockies, and our new pitching coach that I guess they named him yesterday, Steve Foster. And Chad, apparently y'all's paths have crossed. How long did you spend time with our new pitching coach?
Yeah, it's been. I feel like almost my whole career when I got called up from. So essentially, probably about seven seasons.
Oh, good grief!
And so, I think when he first got the job with the Rockies, he actually spent some time with myself and my wife. Got to know us a little bit and start to develop the relationship. And I think one of the things that really stood out to me specifically with him was he's pretty. He'll tell it like it is. He doesn't care to sugarcoat it too much. And so at the point in time, I was struggling with some of my location and accuracy, and he was like, basically to the point of it's like, that's not going to cut it. And if you want to make it, you better get it together. And I'm here to help you. And I'm excited to be a part of your journey and everything like that. And then, 7 short seasons later, we parted ways and then ended up, I was trying to remember his last year with the Rockies. Mine was 2019. And then 2020 was with a short blip of the COVID season with the Yankees. But man, no, I think great baseball mind, very highly intelligible. He loves motivating and shaping kids, and I think he's going to do a great job at Tech.
Okay. I guess the only thing that crossed my mind is it didn't look like he had spent any time in college level, that it's all been pro. But I think nowadays, with the way the world's changing, that might be an advantage instead of a disadvantage.
I think it'll bring a unique perspective for sure, right? I think what also should help, what I would envision at least helping our baseball program out there in general is just the fact of the matter that he understands and is connected to, right? And so when you have an individual who understand what it takes to be, at the highest level, has helped and coached guys at the highest level. I mean, that's quite the recruiting tool. Yeah. If you need an extra notch in your belt, I think that specifically should have some weight by itself. So I think he went from, if I'm not mistaken, I think he spent some time as a scout potentially, and then was in maybe the minor league. He was with the minor league pitching coordinator kind of effort, and then got a gig with the Royals, and then was the pitching coach over there before he came over to the Rockies. And man, I'll tell you, I think he has got stories for days, which is amazing in its own right. But I think what he carries a lot too is just perspective. And I think everybody that will get to know him and that'll play for him and with him and be molded by him, I think is going to be unique, and I think it's going to be a good time.
Well, according to Dr. Mike Gustafson, he played at DeSoto High School with Mike Humphrey, Texas Tech Red Raider. Did y'all ever talk about your Texas roots?
So he knows. I think he ran in some of the same circles in terms of like the coaching staff and coming up from DeSoto. He knew Skip that went over to UT. So I think when you start getting into some of the I say lineage, but really just how rich Texas baseball history is. You start refining some of your circles, and it's everybody is, one step away or 2 steps away from knowing someone else in that realm. So, I think he has quite the knowledge around some other ways of not just, I think, from a philosophy standpoint of pitching in general, but like the historical context that he can bring and offer to, I think is pretty cool too. So yeah, we talked a little bit about the Texas roots and being from DeSoto and stuff. And I think he had an unfortunate circumstance that ended his career a little bit short, but I do believe, everything, and he'll tell you too, everything happens for a reason. So I think the fact that he can help players the way he has, I think, a big fulfillment out of that. So I think the rumor is that he's going to be the pitching coach there, but I think personally I'm very excited for him and for our program. I think it's going to be a good adventure.
Chad, you've been pitching all your life, and you've had lots of coaches, you've had lots of help. And if you had to say what a pitching coach can bring to the table, it really makes a difference for our team at Texas Tech. I mean, what will Coach Foster bring? I mean, what do you hope he brings to the table?
Well, I mean, let's get back to winning, right? So let's say that.
Oh, yeah, winning. There you go.
I think I think what he'll bring to the table really is going to be executing what you can control, right? And so I think getting into the finite aptitude and understanding similar to it's what I feel like really helped me at the big league level with the Rockies is all the trials and tribulations that pitching in Lubbock and the bandbox that our ballpark was.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Colorado is like the tech field with the wind blowing out.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
You better pitch so about the same.
100% it is. And so I think he's going to be able to bring just the unique perspective of understanding what you can control, right? And being very finite in that ability and executing it. And that's all pitching really is. That's what it all comes down to, right? I mean, I think you can go down the list and there's cliches everywhere, but if push comes to shove and you don't execute your pitch, I mean, you're going to either get torched for it or you might get lucky, but most of the time you have to be able to control that. And then, I think, so if I think of what he's going to bring to the table for Tech specifically, I think he's going to help refine and shape the foundational philosophy of executing what you can. I think he's going to encourage and motivate young men to be not just great baseball players, but great men too. So, I think there's a lot of good things that align with what Tadlock has done just across the short time that he's been there at Tech, and being able to bolster the pitching staff. I think adds a unique perspective, and it's going to be it'll be a good one.
So you find him as not only a really good coach and motivator, but you find him to be a good human.
Yeah, I think that for sure, right? I think if I think of Steve Foster, I think first and foremost a believer, tried and true, and then a great human being, a motivator, someone who wants really to see everybody be as successful as they possibly can be, and wants to put the work in, and so I think. You put all those things together, and I think that's when I think of Steve Foster, that's who I think of.
Okay, all right. Good. Now, how about you? What's going on in your life?
Well, outside of just the normal business stuff, my daughter is 8 years old, so my oldest is 8, and is. I think the nice way to say it is really passionate about volleyball. Oh. And so we're trying to go down that avenue and see where that takes her. I think it's really amazing to see some of the ability of like what things are clicking and stuff like that. But I think we tried everything with her, and she's really, really found a passion for volleyball, which is cool to see. Just from my standpoint, it's kind of like how I felt with baseball. It's like I couldn't put it down. There was it felt like maybe there was something in the water back in the day too with some of the kids from Lubbock. It's like there was a draft class there and some guys that we played with and against when I was coming up. It was like all we could do. I mean, sure, they played some baseball or some football or basketball, but I think when I think of some of the guys that I grew up with, it was just like addicted to baseball and being the best you possibly could be as a player. It feels like that's what she's a little bit passionate about in volleyball. And so it's fun to see that, kind of come to fruition. And my youngest is 4, she's she's our little cheerleader right now. She's just along for the ride. We haven't put her in too much things yet, but I think we're going to try to start put her in some stuff like gymnastics and soccer and things like that. But no, really, I think we're trying to plan a trip out here sometime this fall to come watch a football game and get out and see all the guys and everybody again, because it's been a little too long for us. So
what year did you get out of Monterey? What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2007. So I went to Tech. So I was 04 to 07. I transferred from Lubbock Cooper, ironically enough. One of my most favorite coaches out there, I don't know if he's still there or not, Britt Spears, basketball coach. Man, that guy was amazing. Great basketball coach. But yeah, I transferred from Lubbock Cooper to Monterey, played under Fred Oliver there for 3 years, and then went from there to I got to spend my last year, or I guess my first year, Coach Hayes last year. But talk about an unbelievable human being, that guy. Yeah. And Coach was an amazing person. And then spent some time there with Hayes, and then with Dan Spencer, and then I think, I don't know what iterations after that, but I just remember hearing about Tadlock, getting the opportunity to come out and coach and to talk with him for a couple times, and what he's done for our program is like, it's amazing that we've had the success that we have had under him. You know, I think he's had his hand completely in recruiting and shaping that baseball program to what it is today. I felt like we had a lot of the pieces when I was there to be really, really good. Just for some reason, it seemed like we weren't able to piece it all together. And so whatever he's been able to do, it's been amazing to see. So I wish him, continue to.
The problem, Chad, is when you've done that like he's done it, and we've been so good. If you have an off year, everybody's like, "What's wrong with Tadlock?" And you're like, "Come on, y'all."
It's seasonal.
It's
I think
seasonal.
A lot of it too is, I think it happens sometimes. I think you can go back and point fingers and whatever, but I think when it comes down to it, if you take the law of averages. What he's been able to do and turn our program around, I think is phenomenal. And I think now, like it happens. It's look at the Rockies. It's happened to the Rockies, right? The Rockies aren't that bad. It's just it happens, and there's no rhyme or reason why it happens. It just sometimes it shakes out that way, and no one's really trying to do that. It just is a byproduct of some unfortunate circumstances, and I think last year with the pitching staff, I think with Gardner and everything, it just didn't shape out the way it needed to be. And that's okay. Sometimes that happens. I think he's still a hell of a pitching coach. Yeah. But I feel like, I like Foster a lot too. So.
Well, Gardner's going down to the University of Houston as their pitching coach. So
he's take him long.
He's going to be fine. Chad, we just have one more minute. We appreciate you, and maybe this Steve Foster is going to be just the little ingredient we need to sort of get things heading in the right direction again. So, but hey, when you come in town, if you have time, come by the studio on Saturday morning. We'll hang out a little.
Yeah,
we will.
Absolutely, I'd love that.
Chad, you're great, buddy. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Care.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Chad Bettis, former Monterey great, Texas Tech great. And played in the bigs.
Colorado Rocky great?
I mean, who plays in the bigs? Not many.
No.
Not many.
No. And just a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and sharp.
Yeah. He's a good talker.
Used a lot of good words.
He's a good talker.
Use some big words.
All right. We need to get him and Gus in on the discussion.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them fight it out.
We'll be right back with Rodney, we think.
Good.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
And don't forget J&W Services, Linco Distributors in Midland, Texas. Brent Beck, Scott Blakely, Red Raiders. They can help you with all your oil and gas business and would love to. Where did Rodney go? Is he still there?
I miss him already.
Okay, we can't see you, but it's our logo's in the way. or something.
All right, this is going to be
Brennan's gonna fix
photo of the day. I'm going to show you. This is a buddy I played with. I know he's really not a buddy.
There you are.
He was a little bit older than me, but he had just managed his 4,471st game, and so they had 38 years of minor league baseball managing in the AAA level, so he's the high level. But his name's Rick Sweet, and he's got such a distinct mustache that they on their bobblehead they did. And Rodney, I wish you could see it, but you can't. I'm going to show you. This is Rick Sweet. The bobblehead was 2 nights ago, and this is his bobblehead.
And his mustache is huge, and so you can't see that, can you, Rodney?
I cannot.
That's the thing. See, Rodney can't see us either. You'll probably think he can, but he can't. And I don't know why you think today we could get that figured out, but
I would send you that bobblehead, a picture of it, right about. I'm afraid I'd cut you off of the Zoom. Probably don't want to do that. Hey, we got a texter here for you, Rodney.
Okay.
It's our buddy Jan Brewer.
Yeah, old Jan. I miss her, man.
Great Red Raider, miss you, Rodney. No, she miss you, Hot Rod, not Rodney.
Yeah, Hot Rod.
She misses Hot Rod.
She's a great Red Raider. She really is.
Jan's about as loyal as they come, and when I was with the Double T Varsity Club, she was really an assistant without getting paid. I mean, she volunteered, and she came to every tailgate and helped us, and now I always felt like that she needed to be a part of Texas Tech in some capacity, and I tried in a small way to make that happen.
Do you still have your those scrapbooks you put together? I was over over her house one time, and she was putting them together. I was amazed at what she did.
Oh, no, she did that forever, I think, until the NCAA compliance said that you couldn't do that anymore, which doesn't that sound stupid right now?
Really?
It sounds even stupider today, doesn't it?
It really does sound stupid.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff sounds really stupid about I mean, it doesn't even make sense, but she was just trying to help them kids and be nice to, and that was a rule. It's incredible how all that's changed.
Yeah, I don't even know. We still have a compliance office. I don't know who they talk to, or
what they talk about.
I tell you what, you ought to get Jennifer Bashir on. I'd love to hear myself because I'm so out of the loop now. But when I was there on a day-to-day basis, I got to kind of see what all that. And I know they're still working like crazy, and they've got a lot of really important stuff to do. But I'd like to hear how all that's changed in the last 3 years because it has.
Yeah, it had to have. I mean, all the rules they came up with are irrelevant now about giving money and. It's unbelievable.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that all works with the new commission and the $20.5 million and how that, just all that. And I've heard y'all talk about Amy. I'm anxious to hear what, I think that'd be really interesting to see how all that's changed within the athletic departments these days. And people like Gio and Kirby and all the people that have to do it on a day-to-day basis. It's definitely a change. And, I'm not sure it's for the better, but we'll see.
Well, Amy's busy for a couple of more weeks, but we're definitely going to have her on, and we're going to have her on hopefully for an hour or so. Because
you could talk to her for a while about this stuff because there's a lot going on. And I tell you what, just from the outside looking in, I don't have any insight, but it looks like Texas Tech has stayed way ahead of the game and on just about everything. You hear about a lot of issues across the country, but you hear very few from Texas Tech and how they've handled it from day one and how smoothly they've gone through all this. It's really remarkable to see how good a job, and obviously that's because of Kirby, but there's a lot of people under Kirby that have done a great job with all this.
I think a lot of schools are using Tech sort of as a role model for how to do things. Tell you what, you talk about things changing. We're going to have Jim Douglas or Kurt Langford on because the Alumni Association is merging with the school, which I don't know. I guess I always assumed they were one and the same, but that's changing. So have one of them on or Dr. Skuvenik come on and visit about that.
Yeah, I don't know what it means. What does that mean?
Well, they've always been separate, and I'm kind of like y'all. I'd be anxious to hear that too, because it just seems like a natural thing for it to be part of the university. I don't know the taxes and the fundraising and all that. Maybe I don't know, but it just seems like a natural thing. I read that yesterday. I saw that.
Well, next week is Red Raider weekend at Ruidoso, so that's turned into a big deal for Texas Tech.
I've gone to that, and that's really a cool event. And that's. I think Jim Douglas I think he's kind of the ramrod of that deal. I don't know whose vision it was, but that's really turned into a successful deal.
Jim is really. You talk about another great Red Raider.
He's been there forever.
Yeah. I know it.
He's almost.
He was in the first class.
Dr. Dean.
Yeah.
He's been there forever.
I think he's getting close to 50 years, isn't he?
Gotta be. He's got to be 50 years. I bet you. I can't ever remember him not being there.
Yeah. Him and Bill Dean.
I know it. We see Bill. We get to see Bill every now and then, which is good.
Yeah. Well, without a doubt. Hey, before I forget, because stuff pops on, and it popped on over an hour ago, we got to wish Middlesboro soccer team good luck today.
Yeah.
And that's Jasmine. That's Pat Murchison's wife's soccer team.
I follow Middlesboro.
Middlesboro soccer.
Where is Middlesboro?
I think it's over
Dallas?
in Europe.
Oh, in Europe. Oh, she's from Europe. She's in England.
I think she's.
Jasmine is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did it.
Good luck to them.
Yeah, without a doubt. Rodney, what's the rest of the day going to be? Because Lee's over here on the mainland, isn't she?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to sit around here till about 9 o'clock, and I'm going to go to the gym. Run about 9:30, then I'm gonna head to the golf course. I'll get to the golf course about 11:45, and I'll work. I'll be out there marshaling from about 12 till 6:45, and so then I'll come home. But I'm marshaling today on the Emerald course, so I'll be out there for about 7 hours.
Well, do you ever have to tell people to speed up, or you just drive around and smile?
Well, what we kind of do more than anything, we check them in and greet them and talk to them and explain the course. And then we've got iPads that monitor where every cart is on the course and tells us whether they're playing on pace or behind or 3 minutes behind or 6 minutes ahead. So we just kind of monitor the course and make sure everything goes kind of smoothly and people stay out of the sand traps with their carts and just it's just stuff. It's not nothing, but it's a lot of just stuff. It's just kind of a non-interesting job. It's just you're just kind of out there to support the people that are playing.
Is alcohol an issue? You ever run into some?
No, the issue is the people bringing alcohol on the course that they don't buy on the premises. That's kind of a no out there because liability, I guess, and all that stuff. But no, it's there's when the Rams were here the other day, they took up the whole goal course, and these big linemen, I'm just telling you, they had a really, really good time. So, really good time.
Hey, I didn't. It was this. I think this was just recently. The Mountain Region Women's Assistant Track Coach of the Year, and I hear so much good stuff about him from Coach Kidley. Is Cliff Felkins. He's really a good coach. In the throws. He had Shelby Frank this year. She finished up in the top 3 in both events.
Well, no, you go look at the history of that track program, and it's all under Coach Kidley. I get it. But
I know it.
Coach Felkins has had somebody, it seems like, go in the Hall of Fame for the last 10 years. It's just phenomenal, the job. And he's kind of a silent assassin. I mean, nobody ever hears, he's a very soft-spoken, you don't ever hear about him, but he's done such a great job there, and he's unbelievable now.
He really is. Coach Kidley knows it. He mentions him all the time. He really does.
And him and the guy, I forgot his name, but he's got a guy that was a volunteer for him for a long time that coached the jumps. is a phenomenal. Coach Kitley's always had a great staff, and nobody's successful in these athletic departments unless they got good people under them. I don't care who they are, and Coach Kitley's always surrounded himself with great people.
He does. Are you keeping up with everything else, Red Raiders? What do you think about this football and this draft portal and what we did? I am blown away. They say you can't even believe what we looked like on the field.
No, I'd love to see there and be at practice and see that development. And no, it's amazing what they've done. And they're so far ahead of, Cody and Womble. And, you can't name them all, the people that have, helped these guys and sellers. And, y'all talk about it all the time. But it's unbelievable what they've done and the national impact that they've made. And, people at the golf course know I'm a tech guy, but they all talk about it and what's going on out there. And the Texas Tech is leading the way in so many of these different areas and how they're doing it. And it's incredible what they've done out there. It's unbelievable.
You know what bothered me when we went to Hawaii a couple of times was in the sports world is that it's so, you're like 12 o'clock today games. It's going to be what time out there? 7?
Oh yeah, that's probably still the very hardest thing for me that I'm not totally adjusted to, because the games are at the night games are at 2 and 3 in the afternoon here, and most of the time you're doing something at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You're not sitting around at home at 2 or 3, and to watch college football you've got to get up at 6, and especially if Tech plays at 11, that's 6 a.m. over here, and that's been one of the major adjustments. And this is not a real college athletics state. It's there's no good colleges here from an athletic standpoint. So everything over here is NFL or NBA or pro sports. It's very, very little interest in college athletics over here.
So you will not be able to. Does College World Series start tonight?
Yeah.
Oh,
all right. So you probably won't be able to watch that.
I've not watched one game. I know who's in it and kind of kept up with it, but I have no idea. I've not been able to watch one game because of the times that they play. So, but it's hard to watch sports over here. It's a little bit different.
Especially if you're a marshal on a golf course, because you're marshaling right during all the athletic events, like the NBA championships tomorrow night, isn't it here?
Yeah, I won't be able to watch any of it. Now you're overstating this marshaling stuff. You marshal for about 1 hour, and you do nothing for about 6 hours. So,
and you get paid.
Yeah, well, the pays, they only pay about $20 an hour or whatever it is, and but you play all the free golf you want, and plus your family plays free. And when you have a friend over, like I say, if you and Gary came over here and played, one of you would play with me free and the other one would pay $40 cart fee. So it's a lot of the people that work out the golf course do it for the golf.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So that $20 an hour won't go very far in Hawaii.
6 hours, 6 minutes, and 13 seconds till the first pitch in the College World Series.
Rodney, appreciate you, buddy.
It's great talking to you. We'll see you later.
I miss you guys. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.